Hey guys, it's Lyric Shooter, and today I'm doing a commentary on Blaze the Movie Fan on his commentary on Smosh. Why the hell would he do a commentary on Smosh?
Someone who doesn't like Smosh making a video describing their dislike towards their content? Gee, why don't you tell me? Why would this guy make a commentary on Smosh?
Nobody in the world would do a commentary on Smosh. I would rather do a commentary on commentaries or do commentaries on rants.
Because as we know, commentaries are only restricted to rants and other commentaries. I don't know about you guys, but I'm willing to bet that this guy will shit bricks when he figures out what a director's commentary is.
Here we go, let's get to the point here.
Hey Loudon, I know how much you like that Family Guy, because you're going to spread hugs and cheers after watching this video. Someone kill me.
Hey guys, what's up? This is Blaze the Movie Fan, and it's time for another commentary video.
Oh my god, you are speaking weird. I hope you don't speak too weird because I won't be able to understand what you're saying.
This come from the guy. Sounds like a pedophilic hipster. Also, that's an accent he has. Don't you be disrespecting my Soviets.
This time I will be doing a commentary on Smosh. Now I'm a huge fucking fan of the Smosh. They make videos that are very entertaining and over the top.
Okay, if Smosh's videos make you laugh, then why are you commentating on it? I only do commentaries on videos that suck ass or just need credit.
Cutoff prevention, because every good YouTube partner wannabe needs to show you guys that he has no idea how to edit audio. Plus, just because you like a guy's videos doesn't mean they can't make a shit video every once in a while. I'm good buddies with Shad11 and well, let's just say, yeah, he's made shit videos before. Also, if you like making commentaries on videos that suck ass, may I recommend a commentary on yourself? Because you have a gallery filled with suck!
Their videos are also incredibly dumb. And that's exactly what I love about their videos. Most Smosh videos make me laugh. The video that I'm commenting on today is a video about toilet. What do I think of it? Well, let's just start the video.
There's no way I'm sitting on that toilet without a seat cover.
Shut up! No, you shut up!
Guys, why do I get the feeling this is another troll video he's commentating on? No, I wouldn't be surprised even if that were the case, just call it a wild suspicion.
Wow, seriously? Now why would I wait for someone to respond to the Smosh shut up joke? This is not a commentary. This is more like a joke responder.
Seriously, your auto editing is terrible. Learn to edit your audio the correct way. By the way, make way for the judge of commentaries!
Okay, the way you said that Anthony's shirt looks alright, what the fuck, what language are you speaking? No offense, but why are you speaking like that?
Wow, the irony of the day, Lyric Shooter giving lessons on grammar. Yeah, last time I checked, your grammar is the equivalent to a monkey rubbing his butt against a coconut tree. Also, the reason he's speaking like that is probably because it's most likely his native accent. It's something he can't help. You know, how you apparently can't fix your eyeballs from looking cross-eyed every time you go on webcam.
It looks like Scheisse. What?
Scheisse! What the hell is that?
What does Scheisse mean? It means the German meaning for shit. Oh yeah, you know, he means your shirt looks like Scheisse. That means shit.
Redundancy is redundant, people.
And if you can learn German, good for you. Personally, I couldn't learn any new language back when I was in high school.
Dude, stop speaking like that. I don't understand what you're saying. What are you from? It's Itland or something? Or where are you from?
It's called Iceland, you fucking moron. How do you fuck up that land's name? Iceland! Also, I can hear him just fine. He's saying it's good to know you could speak German, but I never could back in high school. Maybe you shouldn't be criticizing people on their grammar and enunciations, considering you're too stupid to even pay attention to what they're saying to begin with.
Usually when my family is driving me around the country, we piss in the grass.
Really? You want to show your whole tallywalker in town? I would just piss in toilets.
Ladies and gentlemen, the perfect symbolism for lyric shooter's entire existence.
Fine.
Oh no, that doesn't look good at all. Now hurry up, man. You don't want to piss in your pants.
No duh, he has to take a giant piss. Don't tell the guy to hurry up, or else he actually is going to piss his pants.
Hey, what if he
Common
needs to
German
go real
phrases,
badly?
part
Ever think of that?
3. Let's
Rude!
begin. I like wearing lederhosen.
Ich mag tragen von Lederhosen.
Ich mag tragen von Lederhosen.
Very good.
That's so funny. But what exactly is Lederhosen?
It's the German phrase for lederhosen. Dude, were you even paying attention to the video? I guess not. I guess you are way too busy wanking off Taylor Swift's DVD covers.
Coming from the guy who wanks to literal doggy style. Also, he asked what is lederhosen, and you have it completely wrong. Lederhosen is a type of clothing, and it looks like this. Here's a question. Are you paying attention?
How the fuck does the rock move by itself? It doesn't even make any sense.
The rock just accidentally slipped from under the door. It couldn't hold the door too long. Enough, stupid.
Hey! Those are fighting words, boy. Also, how could the rock have been accidentally pushed by nothing? There was literally nothing to hinder the rock from holding the door. Stupid. Ladies and gentlemen, the claps.
No. Oh my god, that's horrible. I can't make a joke here because this really is a horrible scene. And I'm sure this isn't meant to be funny either. Oh my god, I hope he survives. Oh. No! Ian! I'm stuck! What kind of a shitty friend just leaves him there?
He didn't know he was stuck in there. And by the way, don't commentate on Smosh's videos again. That makes you retarded as it gets.
Yeah, coming from you who commentates on not only obvious trolls, but videos that are literally 3 years old, you're in no position to call people retards, especially considering you can't even pronounce Iceland correctly, or the fact that you think 11 times 11 is 22. Also, that line totally didn't sound like a fanboy plea.
I mean seriously, Anthony is stuck in a fucking bathroom and Ian does nothing about it? That's horrible!
How about this phrase, you stupid American? I just pooped my lederhosen.
Ich scheiße auf meine Lederhosen.
Is scheiße auf mein Lederhosen.
Very good.
Because he is too busy learning German. For fuck's sakes! Letting your friend out of that bathroom is way more important than learning a fucking language. I mean seriously, get out of the fucking car and open the door for him.
Dude, how the fuck would you know he's stuck in there? How would he know he was stuck in there? He wasn't even watching him. So what? It's not like he is watching a little kid get in the bath.
More cutoff preventions! Also, it's called using your ears? You can listen to more than one thing at a time, you know. Or are your ears also as screwed up as your eyes?
Come on, Anthony, you can do it!
Bound to check on me sometime.
Yeah, I hope so too. If I could help you out there, I would.
Great to know that our Soviet comrades are very responsible Samaritans. I honor you.
A fucking week, and the car is still there? This doesn't make any sense. Wouldn't both Ian and Anthony starve to death by now?
Anthony was stuck in there for over 100 hours, and Ian still didn't know he was stuck in there. But then if you watch the whole video, he is trying to call Ian for help. I got a question for you. Why would you even do a commentary on Smosh's videos? I don't commentate on their videos, I commentate on people that do rants on their videos. Yeah.
Well, that's because you're a brain-dead fanboy with the IQ of a scuzz monkey. But then again, scuzz monkeys are probably smarter than you anyway. Also, you never answered his question. He asked if those two were out of civilization, with no food or water, how are they not starving after 100 hours? Yeah, next time you tell someone to pay attention to a video, try taking your own advice.
Oh God, I'm so hungry.
Are you seriously going to eat a cheeseburger that's just there? Seriously, a cheeseburger that would buoy that would taste fucking disgusting.
Yeah, I totally agree on that, but it's a fake video. Staged and not really true that he would eat a burger out of the toilet.
Yet you still agree with him. Retard.
Didn't you piss on that burger? Yeah, I think that burger would indeed taste very fucking disgusting. And that is coming from a guy that has cheeseburgers as a favorite food.
I guess it's time I say my goodbyes. Hey, Mom. I guess this is it. God, I hate it when people record vertically. Hi, Mom. I guess this is it. Hey, Dad. Sorry I never mowed the lawn. Hey, Ian. Thanks for getting me killed. Yeah, you're a really great friend. Oh, and to the lady at the Burger King, I know I asked for a water cup, but I filled it with Sprite. Yeah.
I have to be honest with you, this video truly is it, and I really feel like crying right now.
Dude, Ian, make it quick. I'm in the middle of recording my goodbyes.
Hurry the hell up, man! You took so long that now I have to take a shiza.
Well, maybe if you got out of the car and let your friend out before he starved, this wouldn't have happened. I can't believe I'm saying this, but this is a very asshole move to just leave him there.
For the last time, he did not know he was stuck in there.
Well, he could have, I don't know, still gotten out of the car, knocked on the door, and asked why he's taking so long so the guy could tell him that he was stuck in the bathroom and they opened the damn door. I know, people, it's supposed to be a sketch comedy video, and it's not supposed to make sense. But hey, this guy's attempting to make sense out of the video anyway, so let me join in with the fun, with real logic, and not mindless fanboy dribble.
What? Dude, I can't hear you. What?
Hello? Anthony? Anthony, can you hear me?
Great. Huh. Guess I should have told him I was trapped in here, huh?
Actually, he should have seen it by himself. I mean, this sign clearly fucking says that the bathroom can't be open from the inside.
Now what?
Is he gonna cut his dick off? That's gonna hurt.
Can't. If James Franco can do it, anyone can.
Lyric Shooter die or something? Hello, Lyric Shooter, where are you? Aren't you supposed to be commentating? Yoo-hoo!
Your vanilla wafers and paint thinner already.
Now it's ruined!
Don't let it bother you. I'm sure you can easily replace it.
Dude, how can you replace a shirt that is ruined like that? What if he bought that shirt for a lot of money? Or maybe he was the one who made the shirt.
There you are! I thought you vanished from existence for a second. God, don't bring my hopes up like that. I was actually feeling salvation. And yeah, a plain white t-shirt that just reads awesome t-shirt with Sharpie black marker. How would I ever replace that?
Good job, man. You're finally out of there. Are you actually eating that burger that most likely tastes awful?
Oh, I wouldn't go in there if I were you.
Why?
Well, you know how I said I had to use the bathroom earlier?
Yeah?
Don't tell me you shot in the car.
Well, I don't have to anymore?
Oh, God, dude!
Well, he could have waited long enough for Anthony to get out of the bathroom, so he might as well open the door for the Obamas and not drop them off the pole. He will personally lock them in.
So, because he had to wait for the bathroom, he decided that he had to shit in his own car, along with something about Obama and some Paul. What am I listening to, people? Is this autism or just a severe case of brain cancer he's inflicting onto my skull? Revenge of the Claps!
Oh, Scheiße!
Who the fuck shits in their car anyway?
To see an alternate ending and bloopers, and get the awesome shirt Anthony was wearing, click the link in the description below.
I think I'll pass, especially that shirt.
I think this video is funny. How about you?
That's because you're a fanboy. You'd take a shot glass filled with semen if it came from Smosh.
Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Gohan6425 back with another video, and today I'm going to be doing the first ever top 10 females that I like.
On a side note, I'm pretty sure this isn't the first ever top 10 females list, but do go on.
My favorites, obviously, that I've liked through the years. I've compiled the list. Now, before we get to the criteria,
But you just were at your criteria. It's the script of the...
So, that's one of the rules. Another criteria is it doesn't matter if they have huge boobs or if they have not so much big boobs. That's not the criteria of this list.
I have a question. Why should boobs be considered a factor to keep in mind when naming off a list of favorite female characters? We all know women have boobs, big and small sets. That's like going into a male shower and basically saying, oh, careful, you might see a guy's hairy dick in there. It just seems pointless to bring up and adds nothing to this criteria. So I'm just going to skip ahead to where he actually starts getting to the list. Speaking of dicks, it's time to expand some dogs.
Nami from One Piece. Good character. She's a pirate, so obviously, I mean, she stole gold before, but it was to help her village originally. Now she's part of the Luffy crew, the Straw Hats. She's really funny. But
The way he says funny.
Very serious.
It's funny. Okay, I'll pay attention now.
And then she goes out there and, you know, just most recently on Toonami, you've seen her just take out that fucking bath broad from CP9. Once again, underestimating her. She was underestimated, and she beat the shit out of her.
Okay, so far, all I've gotten from Nami is her backstory, she's badass, funny, and is underestimated. I can bring up the same thing on numerous other characters in fiction. So, what exactly makes Nami so special? Look, I know she's an actual thing in One Piece. She's assigned to be the navigator of the Straw Hat ship.
I'm mainly saying this because Gohan doesn't like elaborating on anything. Someone being underestimated is not a very convincing point that someone is a good character to me. Hell, that's literally the entire joke about Squirrel Girl.
She's got her cool staff.
Oh, and she's got a staff for a weapon. Kick ass. Next, please.
We got Toph Beifong. Yes. Toph is awesome, obviously. Greatest earthbender ever in the Avatar universe. She carries herself. She invented metal bending. We still don't know who her second person she hooked up with. We know she hooked up with some Kujin guy for a Lin, but we don't know his based on the events of Legends of Korra, by the way. But we don't know for sure.
So all I'm getting from this is Toph is cool because she's badass, is good at earthbending, can carry herself, invented metal bending, and has a mysterious hookup. Do you just not like elaborating on any of these points at all, or do you think that your word is all it takes for me to actually care to listen to your opinion? Because, quite frankly, you're putting me to sleep. Also, why is having a mysterious hookup with someone something to admire? So Toph is cool because there's something we don't know about her? I don't get it.
Awesome character. She's badass. She factually can beat Gaara.
Why? Because Death Battle said so? They're the same people who allow Akuma TH on their research team. And he had a webcomic where the Raging Demon saved someone's life. Next thing you'll tell me is you believe everything game theory discusses solid fact, because you come off as that kind of plebe.
I had to bring that up because I know someone's going to mention that in the comment section.
No, you mentioned it because you're a blind sheep of screw attack.
Toph is fucking awesome. Created metal bending. Good at sand bending. Master of earth bending. The only thing that upsets me is that she never learned how to lava bend. I mean, when Bolin had mentioned it, that he could lava bend, she said it was a rare ability. But being that she's the greatest earthbender of all time, how could she not have been able to pick up the ability? That's one of the questions I don't understand.
Well, gee, it's almost like lava bending is a rare trait that not many can master. It's funny because I recall you just mentioning that. Just because you're really good at something doesn't mean you perfected every area of it.
Coming in at number 8, Katara.
Let me guess, badass and awesome character?
Badass girl. She kicks ass.
You're so predictable it hurts.
Colin Kosuke. Colin Kosuke.
Colin Kazuki. Kazuki. There's an accent above that O.
Kosuke. A.K.A. Colin Stoffel.
Stoffel, duh. There's a D at the end. You're just gonna leave the D hanging? The dog does not approve.
Awesome character. Badass.
Yeah, I know he's repeating himself. People have already pointed that out, and I refuse to affiliate with repeating points.
Half Japanese.
Fuck!
She sides with the Japanese over her rich father, who's Britannian. Her mother actually becomes a maid of all things for her father, when the Japanese gets overthrown by Britannia. And he breaks up with her. And then she becomes the maid for the household. And then Colin has to pretend that she doesn't like her anymore and shit like this. To keep this whole thing bottled up inside of her, it's really interesting. But she was so badass, especially with the Gurren Mark II.
How? How is it interesting that Colin can keep her true feelings bottled up? Okay, the job of this list is in a hope to instill interest with these characters for your audience. So far, you made every character on this list boring. How do you make Toph boring, you plebe?
Android 18. How could I not be remiss if I didn't mention Android 18? She's a fucking phenomenal character, a beast. She beat the shit out of Vegeta.
Well, let's be real here. Who hasn't beaten the shit out of Vegeta? Aside from Krillin and Yamcha.
And I was like, when I was a kid and I first seen her and she beat the shit out of fucking Vegeta, the way she did, I was like, oh shit, shit just got real now. Like, I'm serious. Like when I seen her fucking beating the shit out of Vegeta, it was like so. Oh my god! Like she's really just beating on Vegeta, who's always a cocky motherfucker, and a girl beats Vegeta, and I was like, wow, that is. Yeah, I became a huge fan of Android 18 after she beat the shit out of Vegeta.
So literally the only reason Android 18 is this high on the list is because she beat the shit out of one guy. And it was the Super Saiyan punching bag. Meanwhile, characters like Nami, Toph, Katara, and even Colin have gotten into a lot more fights to the death than just one guy who was a complete pushover. That's some nice logic you got there. And to think there's something even dumber up the road. Which we'll get to right now, because he mentions nothing interesting about CC.
She loves Pizza Hut. I mean, I love Pizza Hut. She likes pizza. I know, it wasn't Pizza Hut in the English version, but in the Japan version, it was. They actually had Pizza Hut on the.
Okay, I lied. He talks about Pizza Hut in this segment. I think I know who the real number 3 best female anime character is. Stuffed crusts. How I love the way you spread your cheese. Come and get some, you saucy little beast, you. I'm going deep dish for this one.
Coming in at number 2 is Sakura Harunon. Another Higginson voice. Or another person played by Higginson's. Sakura, from the Naruto series, like I've said before.
Hold up. So you say your problem with placing Android 18 higher is because she doesn't do much after the Cell Saga, and yet you put Sakura from Naruto at number 2. Someone who literally does nothing for 100 chapters after doing one thing, and her effort in what she's doing is barely even there in the first place. I'm looking forward to this one.
Sakura is an awesome character, badass. She's really helped the group. She kept the group together for most part.
Kept the group together? Bitch couldn't even convince Sasuke to stay in the village. The best she could do is tell Naruto to do it for her. What's this bullshit you're speaking of? She doesn't keep the group together. The group keeps her together.
About Sakura, like I said before, Sakura is an awesome character. And the people that think Sakura is useless don't know what the fuck they're talking about and don't really know about the anime.
Guess what? I've watched the Naruto anime and read the manga, rather religiously. I still think Sakura is a useless character.
She held her own in the Chunin exam, when she had to blossom.
Held her own? You mean the fight between her and Ino? Bitch didn't even win that fight. None of them won that fight. It was a draw. Plus, if it weren't for Naruto yelling at her, she wouldn't have never broke free from Ino's mind control. The term holding your own means you can stand up to an opposing force without outside assistance. Naruto yelling and encouraging Sakura to continue fighting is not Sakura holding her own. You lie, sir.
What else? In preliminary round when there was a draw with Ino, and then of course in Naruto Shippuden, she took out the Akatsuki guy. Puppet Master dude from the Akatsuki, took him out.
She fought one guy, Sasori, and it was Granny Chiyo who did most of the work in that fight. Sakura was literally being used as a puppet for majority of the battle, and it was Granny Chiyo who delivered the final blow. I hardly consider that Sakura taking out an Akatsuki member.
Massive punch. She's a good healer. She heals up the group.
All which was taken away from her thanks to Naruto's Jesus hands. Oh, and Sakura's immense strength. Both Naruto and Sasuke can accomplish that shit with barely any effort now. Sakura's role as a healer and the powerhouse were stolen by her own teammates. Okay, you want to know the real reason why people hate Sakura from Naruto? I'll tell you. It's because it's how she's written as a character. Most of the time she is written as a background character. She stands there while watching Naruto or Sasuke fight people. She has all these tools to be a good character, the strength, the healing, that could have made Sakura her own character. But no, Kishimoto seriously takes every chance he can get to strip away Sakura's usefulness, basically give all those traits, and hand them off to Naruto. Naruto outmatches her in strength, healing, and currently chakra control. Also, Sakura is a complete tsundere for literally no reason other than to be a dick to Naruto, who, may I remind you, has saved her life on multiple occasions. Then, after finally awakening the power within her forehead, she punches one Zetsu and believes she's already caught up to Naruto and Sasuke, who have damn well advanced beyond her in terms of battle experience. The reason Sakura is hated is because we're supposed to treat her as the sad, pathetic girl who's lost so much and hopes she rises from the ashes. But she doesn't do anything to prove her worth. She's too arrogant to even want us to cheer her on. And whatever new achievements she's reached, it's already been overshadowed by Naruto's incredible development. Must I remind you of the Jesus hands again? It's her lack of development that makes people think Sakura is useless.
She's the first person to climb on the tree. Not Naruto, not Sasuke. Neither one of them got there first, walking on the tree. Sakura did.
Oh, and speaking of that training, guess what good it did? She just stood there in front of Tazuna doing absolutely nothing while Kakashi fought Zabuza, with Naruto and Sasuke fighting Haku. Real impressive training you're doing there, Sakura. Besides, the training isn't exactly relevant anymore, considering that was basically the first few chapters of Naruto. The characters were still developing during the time. As of now, well, Jesus hands!
And again, I'll say this, and I will continue saying this. Sakura is a very good character. And also, someone used the argument that because she didn't have big enough boobs, like, really... Are you guys that fucking asinine?
I'm pretty sure that person was just joking. Sure, it's not really a funny joke, but I'm pretty sure they were just joking. Then again, I can say the same thing about you when you said Toph could beat Gaara factually simply because Death Battle said so.
She has regular sized boobs, first of all. Second of all, what does that have anything to do with her being a good character?
Well, gee, I don't know. What does having a mysterious hookup have to do with Toph being an interesting character?
Or a bad character, for that matter. It's a lot of people say, oh, so your boobs are flat. Okay, what the fuck does that matter exactly? As a matter of fact, half the characters on my list right now don't have big boobs at all.
Let's see, Nami, Katara, Colin, Alexis, Android 18, CC. Boy, that's 6 out of 10. You lied to me.
Because I'm not a perverted asshole like half you people are.
I'm not a perverted asshole. Now, I'm gonna let you finish, but I gotta make sure you're all aware of my boob policy when it comes to my top 10 anime female characters.
You guys gotta judge the anime based on the quality of the character, not so much about the boobs. Because there's been a lot of characters that got a lot of... There's been a lot of female characters that have big boobs that have been useless characters. And Sakura, by no stretch of the imagination, is useless. She's awesome. She's badass. And I like her, and I like her character. And you guys should show some more respect for Sakura. Sakura's awesome.
Okay, sure. I'll respect her character when there's a character to respect.
The original anime girl, of course, Misty. Of course, I had to give Misty the #1 spot from Pokemon. She was the first anime girl character I ever had seen and or watched. So, of course, Misty had to be #1. Misty was introduced episode 1 with Ash. He stole her bike. The bike got fucking fried. And so she kept chasing him down until he gave her his bike back, but she eventually forgot about all that, and she fell in love with him. Yes, that is a fact. She fell in love with him. All the proof is there. Poke shipping still.
So literally, the only reason Misty is #1 on this list is because of shipping. I'm fucking done.
And if you haven't, please subscribe to this channel if you like this video or any of my other videos, and that's about it. And go on 635. I'm out of here. Peace!
Well, I don't like your other videos either, so I'm not taking that subscribe button's virginity. Now, before I go, I'm just going to put my Skype and Steam name in the video right here. And, yeah, I'll wait for you to see it. And before open challenge. So, the final thoughts on this list? This list lacks me sound machi, and that offends me.
Let's be totally honest here. I think that we can all agree that satire is one of the most misused and wrongly attributed genre of anything ever.
Yeah, I don't know. I think poetry is more bastardized than satire is, mainly because most poetry I've seen from people who think they're poets believe just having one simple rhyme scheme suddenly makes them a poet. Sure, satire has to have a point, but it's easier to make a satire about something than it is to force a poem. Also, I love how for the video you have this picture where your side is represented by an angel, and the other side is represented by the devil. Totally doesn't scream, I'm always right and they're always wrong.
Why is this? Because stupid people use the banner of satire as a shield and they get called out for being a dick and mindlessly insulting people, philosophies, or events. That's not satire. Blindly causing controversy for the sake of it is not satire.
Well, why not? Sure, they're starting controversy for the sake of it, but that doesn't mean neither the joke nor the point of the satire is completely eliminated. So just as to quote from the beginning, Mr. Enter here believes that no matter how reasonable your argument may be, no matter how funny the joke is, and no matter what you're presenting to argue with, if it's there to start controversy, your satire fails. Not even a minute in, you're already coming off as a killjoy.
Parody is not satire, although they are closely related. Satire is essentially parody with a point beyond just being funny. But if that point is just to insult someone or something, that's not satire. That's more akin to tabloid journalism, which is generally frowned upon by people mature enough to have moved on from shitting in their pants.
Hey, you can't say that, Mr. Enter. That's insulting someone, which automatically makes your satire not satire. I mean, that's your logic. I'm just using it. Also, tabloid journalism is satire? I thought it was the means of airing the dirty laundry of celebrities who hide shameful things from the public eye. I mean, these articles aren't really meant for a joke, making them completely separate from the term satire. Sure, there's some articles that have titles like Hillary Clinton adopts an alien child, but I think that's more so done for parody than it is for satire. That is, compared to celebrities having children or cheating on each other. You know, this is already starting to remind me of your Trolls video, where you would take specific crimes, tack the word troll on it, and expect people to take your word for it. How about giving us proof that people consider tabloid journalism as satire? And unlike your Trolls video, this video has no links to its sources whatsoever. Neither in the description, nor anything being stated in the video. The only link that you even have is the link to the written rant of this video.
Today we're going to be talking about satirizing philosophies, attitudes, and we're going to be talking about satirizing people. It is actually very different on how you do each, and that is one of the many misconceptions about satire. Here's another one. Satire is a lot closer to criticism than it is to teasing or trolling. The truth of—
Not really. I've seen people tease someone over something stupid they've done, and even seen trolls troll someone for something stupid, and a point did come out of it. Have you not even heard of Jim 81 Jim when he trolled the entire commentary community by not just pointing out its flaws, but having them show their flaws in response to prove its point? Or, if you want a more relatively recent example, when I went under the name HiddenMew49 to troll Double S Animations into exposing himself as a horrible person. You say it can't be done, yet it has been done.
The matter is that satire will inevitably piss people off, but it is not the point of satire to piss people off. Satire is supposed to exaggerate the worldview of those who agree with you to speak specifically to those who don't, with the purpose of preventing them from becoming the characters that you have created.
I thought satire was to make a joke while making a point in said joke, not to have others convince those who disagree with you. Yeah, remember that quote you said at the beginning? So guess what, guys? If people don't agree with your satire, then just have the people who do agree with you try to convince the non-believers to agree with you.
But now that that's out of the way, it's time to piss people off. Like I said, you can't do satire without pissing someone off. Expecting no one to get offended with you is stupid and illogical.
Meanwhile, we have a reply from you to the Mungo Man trying to defend the video image from someone who didn't agree with it, saying it is a parody of a satire, even though there's no context at all to that being the case, neither in the video nor the description of the video. Let's also look back at that lovely quote you brought up earlier. You say satire is like running for office. You fail every time if you only care to please everyone. And yet, here you are saying satire will always piss someone off. So good job. We all suck at satire, including me.
So, who is satire supposed to talk to? Well, let's start with this. There is no point in conveying satire to the people who already agree with you. The purpose of satire is more or less to make a moral or political change in the wider world. The point of satire is to make a better world.
I'm sorry, how many times is the definition of satire going to be changed during the span of this video? So far, it's happened twice. I thought satire was trying to make a joke while proving a point with your joke. Who says it has to be political and change the world in some way? Why can't I just joke about how my bunny won't stop peeing on me every time I try to take him outside? And call him the poopinator because he won't stop crapping on the floor? It's not political or world changing. I'm just merely saying rabbits can be dickbags. And yet I can't hit the little guy.
In essence, the point of satire is to make people agree with you by making what they believe in look ridiculous. That is not an easy task.
I beg to disagree. As I said earlier, my bunny is the goddamn poopinator.
And it's definitely not done by, I don't know, making up lies about what people believe in or who they are, blindly insulting people, giving away someone's address and telling other people to beat the shit out of them, sending Zelda Williams images of her father Robin hanging from the ceiling and then making fun of her when she left the internet because of it.
Oh, yay! Another thing you haven't learned from your Trolls video. How about giving us proof instead of just saying it? Now, I'm not saying these things aren't horrible occurrences. They really are. But unless you can actually validify that these actions were done and or being defended under satire, then you're blowing smoke. Secondly, what if it wasn't the satirist doing that someone's personal info got out? What if it was the person themselves who gave it out because they were that stupid? I've had that happen before with a guy known as Xeon the Hero Hog. I said his art was crap, and he gave me his personal info. So, what, do you want me to just say, hey, good job for giving me your info? No, I'm going to say you're an idiot for doing that. How about instead of seeing things like this from the viewpoint of the accuser is the one at fault, how about actually checking out the background? Then again, cutting corners has been your shtick lately now, hasn't it?
I have a feeling I'm kind of pissing off a bunch of people already.
You know, for someone who keeps saying you shouldn't intentionally piss people off, you certainly love to bring up the fact that you're probably going to be pissing people off. I'm getting mixed messages here.
On anarchy, that means you probably don't have much faith in people like leaders or voters. But if you do want anarchy, then you have a lot of faith in people not to backstab each other and follow rules that no one is enforcing. But that's a story for another day.
Then why bring it up? Bruh. I could make an entire skit off of that subject alone, and you can't even bother presenting your audience with a good satire and how it should sound? What kind of arguing is this?
And hell, I've made more controversial arguments like, just because you're on the internet, it's not okay to be a dick. I mean, it's really, really easy to satirize stupid things people do on the internet.
That's true, actually. Hell, I'm doing it right now.
Internet. So, a man sees an advertisement on the television about a new store that's just opened up. He gets in his car and breaks the speed limit trying to get to this store. He doesn't even put the car in park as he runs out and bursts through the front door of the store. He shouts, "First!" getting the attention of everyone who was already there. Also, he left his wallet at home and was planning on shopping later at his own convenience. I don't get why people shout first on internet videos. I really don't.
Because they think they're being funny? Are we really questioning that?
I don't get either. College. Did you guys know that college tuition has risen 4 times the rate of inflation in the United States?
Okay, so you could provide this as an example of satire, but you say your story on anarchy is for a different subject. I'd also bring up that satire should also be funny, but then again, Enter's execution of telling jokes is always poorly done. Seriously, he could tell the duck and grapes joke to people and he'd make it sound dull. Oh shit, I just did a satire. I better not piss anyone off or I fail at my joke.
That is absolutely insane. I went down to a recently opened college and asked why their tuition was $25,000 per year, when they essentially didn't have much of a reputation and they weren't providing any books or including dormitories and that. The guy running the place told me that this was the only way he could afford paying off his student loans.
This isn't even satire anymore. You're just telling us college is expensive. Hey, genius, I think you're forgetting the part of satire where you're supposed to have a joke.
That's satire. I picked a topic that's relevant and one that I truly believe in. College tuition prices are highly unreasonable.
And yet you can't even do that right!
On the new standardized test, I think they're calling it the USUCK. One of the questions there is it worth selling away 20 years of your life for a college education? And if you mark anything but C definitely, then it's wrong. Hell, even B yes isn't good enough for half credit. Needless to say, I don't really agree with standardized tests. And coincidentally, they're fucking easy to satirize. I mean, when they're cutting art and gym for more test prep, standardized tests must be really important. I mean, filling in the exact same answers as everyone else means that we should value A, individuality and creativity, B, high test scores, C, good teachers and good students, D, everyone being all the same.
But standardized tests are used to see if you retained knowledge on the subject you're studying. I mean, you can't just bitch about how your creativity and individuality is being suppressed because your test paper was marked wrong when you said an animation keyframe is a type of door locking mechanism. It's great you want to stick out amongst the rest of the students, but you're still wrong.
Now, that was actually a question made by a satire of the Common Core Line standardized tests by an 8th grade girl. She gets satire. Do you? I mean, it's true. Everyone being the same helps people get jobs working in factories until they get replaced by robots. Or they get jobs in offices and then get replaced by people who thought outside of the box. I didn't even need to say that standardized tests are stupid to say that standardized tests are stupid. That's the power of the genre. Personally, I think that innovation and creativity are the values that will lead us to holding our place in the future. I'd be wrong, though, if I said that our schools were completely disincentivizing creativity.
Even though you just did. A few seconds ago.
In reaction to these tests, children's bodies are reacting in all kinds of creative ways, like throwing up and wetting themselves. We have never seen results like this before. Strange how I read in a Goosebumps Choose Your Own Adventure book where the main character goes into the future. There, he can choose to go to school where he's given a test that measures human children to robotic standards.
Okay, this is a major problem I've been having with Mr. Enter's videos as of late, and this is coming from someone who used to be a fan of his work. Dude, you drag out your points far too long. I've been sitting here for about 4 minutes, and you've only listed 2 examples, and one you said wasn't even relevant. Honestly, this is why these videos are often a chore for me to sit through. You're so slow with your point that it sometimes makes me wonder if you even know what your topic is anymore. Just bring up one example of correctly done satire, and that's it. That's all you need.
One thing that you cannot do with satire is backpedal. When you create an act of satire, you make your opinion known. You need to mean what you say. That's why trolling is not satire, as many people claim it is.
Well, it can be. Granted, not all trolling is done as satire, but I've seen it done before. I bring you back to my example of Jim81 Jim. Another thing I also have to ask, and this isn't just to Mr. Enter, but this is to anyone watching. Is it just me, or does this guy get extremely touchy when it comes to something like trolling? Even when it's not so much done to him, nor are there any cases of it being presented on his videos. I just find it rather odd considering he's practically shooting himself in the foot for shit that doesn't even happen constantly, especially on his newer content.
A troll will likely tell someone to, I don't know, delete System 32 on their hard drive, despite not believing that's a good idea. Oh wait, that's not trolling, that's bullying.
Wait, I thought you said trolling and bullying were the same thing. Hey, remember what you said earlier about backpedaling? Good job, dipshit, you're doing that right now. Also, no, it's not bullying. Telling someone to install something harmful for their computer isn't bullying. That's just playing a really mean prank on someone. You might as well say putting a bucket of water above an open door for someone to open isn't a prank but bullying. Which it isn't.
Even if he does it to 50 different people he's never met before in his life. Despite people telling me that a troll doesn't target specific people, and a bully targets the same person over and over again, that's apparently the difference between the two.
What about the people saying trolling and cyberbullying is based on intent? Also, I thought this was a rant about satire. Suddenly this just became another rant about trolls over the internet. How ironic that at the start of this video he says stupid people misuse satire and use it as a defense. And yet here he is, making another rant about trolls while hiding the actual subject under the term satire.
Okay, now I'm just confused. You trolls are all gonna have to give me a calm, rational, and consistent definition of what a troll actually is. Or I just might be confused for life.
Oh sure, we can do that. Just unblock those people who had a different mentality from yours and we'll all be buddies again. Okay? Okay.
Which brings us to satirizing specific people, somehow.
Dude, if you don't even know how you got this far into the video, then I fear for what comes next.
My best advice for this is usually that this is an unwise thing to do. Like I said, the purpose of satire is to incite a change of some kind. A satire of someone in particular is not likely going to be appreciated by the person at hand.
No shit. Of course the guy being made fun of isn't going to appreciate being made fun of. But here's the thing. The satire isn't specifically for the guy being made fun of. So generally, the guy doing the satire doesn't care what they think they say about them. Also, I'm getting very mixed messages here. You say satire is obviously going to piss someone off, and yet you say satirizing people is unwise because it could piss someone off.
At best, you might get a haha, that is so true, but it's not usually going to incite a change in the person themselves.
Well, let's face it, if that were true, you wouldn't be here bitching about trolls and cyberbullies being the same now, would you?
Usually a satire towards a specific person has less admirable intentions than simple critique.
Oh, you mean like your own videos?
It revolves around something like, this person shouldn't be famous, or this person shouldn't spout their worthless ideas.
And that's why I blocked everyone with a different mentality than mine. Yeah, take that saying.
And this is going to get more controversial than I want it to be. It's really easy to satirize racist and bigoted people out there, but here's the thing, what's the fucking point? They're not going to change, and all you're going to do is give them more attention than they rightfully deserve.
Well, I could say the same thing about you bitching about domestic relationship shit. Yeah, it's terrible and it happens a lot, but so does racism and other forms of prejudice, and here you are saying there's no point in satirizing them. You know, I feel that guy's halo should be replaced with a big black pot, because the kettle's getting offended by the names you're calling it.
Some people deserve even less than negative attention. They deserve no attention at all.
You know, now that I think of it...
The don't feed the trolls philosophy is part of the bystander effect. If you ignore the problem, it just might go away. It's not. And as our lives become more entwined with the internet each and every year, the problem is going to get worse and affect more and more people. Imagine you, 10 years down the road, being unable to get any jobs because some trolls didn't like your opinion, and began to run a hate blog that operates half a decade after you've given up. So, what can be done about it? Stop tolerating it on any level.
You, sir, are a fucking idiot!
Now, these are the kind of people who wrote the tabletop game Racial Holy War, or the type of people who wrote the tabletop game Fatal. For those who don't know, these are pretty much tied for the worst thing in the world. The worst piece of media in existence. Like, Racial Holy War is exactly what it sounds like.
Yet you won't explain what tabloid journalism is, or present proof of your claims about cyberbullies and trolls to prove your point. I don't get it either, people.
I'm just betting that someone out there is claiming that either of them are satire, or that a cataloging website that's pretty much a collaboration between the two is some kind of satire in their own twisted head. You'd have to be an idiot to think that's funny.
Hey, nice shot at Encyclopedia Dramatica you made there. Also, this boils down to the kind of humor people prefer. You keep forgetting that humor is entirely subjective, and what you may think is disgusting may be funny to other people. Now, I'm not saying I'd agree to playing these type of tabletop games, but I've played plenty of Cards Against Humanity, and while I have read out loud some really horrific stuff, I still laughed because of how awkward and dark it twisted into. Maybe you just don't get the joke. Which, if that's the case, that's more so on you than it is on the one doing the satire. Unless it's really cryptic, but you seem to be able to explain the meaning of it well, so... Fuck the establishment.
Hey, now that I told you about these things, you're going to be interested in whether they really exist. You're going to seek them out. You're going to be scarred for life, unless you're fucked up as the people who came up with them.
Or, you know, we could be rational people and not get scarred over something like a controversial tabletop game. Not everyone is you, enter.
It doesn't matter how funny or easy these things are to satirize. Talking about them at all gives them more attention than they deserve.
Yet, didn't you just recently make an animated atrocity on a Family Guy episode that discusses domestic abuse? Isn't that giving a controversial topic attention?
Back to people. I could easily make a writer on some cartoon I don't like be obsessed with giving children nightmares. It would not be a good satire. For one, it's based on an assumption, and assumptions can be and are often wrong. Two, fair or not, it's not going to make the writer not be obsessed with giving children nightmares.
Well, hey, if Big Fat Liar can make a satire about dickbag directors, I don't think what you brought up should be any more challenging. Just don't turn the writer into a smurf.
And it's not going to change the minds of the people who like the show either. If it did one or the other, it might be worth it, but it doesn't do that. On that note, did the Family Guy episode Tea Peter actually get anyone to quit the Tea Party? No, it didn't. Just blindly insulting people or philosophies goes against the point of satire.
No, it doesn't. You can insult people and still get a point across. What do you think I've been doing the whole time? Thank you, text. You've lied to me yet again.
Given the people or philosophies that you don't like. That college humor short, My Little Brony. Did it get anyone to quit being a brony? Not directly, I don't think so. Not to mention they reused the exact same joke in their other brony short. Come on, guys. You're better than this.
Well, let's just take a look at the word stereotype, shall we? Stereotype. Noun. A widely held but fixed and oversimplified image or idea of a particular type of person or thing. The stereotype for a brony is often pictures as a grown-ass man playing with pony dolls, in rather sick or depressing ways. So yes, college humor is right. It was a joke about a stereotype. Plus the video was about 2 minutes long, so it's not like the joke dragged itself out to the point where it just overstayed its welcome. On top of that, while I may not be keeping up with the show anymore, I do think Friendship is Magic is a good show, and even I thought the video was funny. You're just a buzzkill.
Yes, contrary to popular belief, satire can be bad.
Well, no one is arguing that at all. Also, your idea of bad satire is anything making fun of someone. I don't think I'll be taking your word for it anytime soon.
But if I'm making fun of someone's beliefs or actions, then how the hell am I going to get them to agree with me? Satire's hard, isn't it?
Well, yeah, if we're talking to a stubborn dipshit like you, but hey, you're not my only audience.
Step 1. Don't create falsehoods. Create exaggerations. Step 2. Don't be afraid to be offensive, but... Step 3. Don't intentionally try to offend people.
Okay, I am fully convinced you don't listen to yourself as you speak. You say don't be afraid to be offensive, but don't try to offend people. How the fuck are those two even possible? That's like saying, okay, make your paper 4 pages long, but don't make your paper anywhere near 4 pages.
Let me put it this way. With satire, you can piss off people, but don't ever piss on people.
Well, why not? I mean, you seem to have no problem pissing all over Family Guy or Modern SpongeBob.
Shorts like that My Little Brony thing or T. Peter pisses on people. And that's completely ignoring the fact that yes, some bronies are incredibly obsessive, and I don't give a shit about politics.
Yet you compare satire to running for office. God, you're an idiot. And going back to the college humor skit, they weren't making fun of all bronies. They were mocking the stereotype of the bronies. You even said it yourself. They go for one joke for 2 minutes. If they're just going off by one stereotype, I doubt they're bashing all bronies in general.
If it's any indication, bad satire is second only to torture porns in what I choose to review.
So, making fun of someone is second to watching someone forced into being tortured? Something tells me if you look at satire as something more than a verbal whip to the face, then maybe you might actually sound happier with your life.
Sure, a well-done satire can be the funniest thing in the world, but only if the satirist puts in effort.
I completely agree. So, you want to go first?
Being funny takes time, care, and dedication to the right causes.
The right causes? The fuck does humor have to do with the right causes? Whatever happened to being funny just because you want to try and be funny? So what, am I holding a Comedy Central skit about donating to cancer patients? Well, I guess I better remove all the jokes about bald people in my skit. Don't want my satire to fail now, do I?
If you're just saying this person is an idiot again and again and again, that's not satire. That's below tabloid journalism, actually.
Yes, saying someone is an idiot over and over again is worse than calling President Bush a cocaine addict.
You, sir, are an idiot.
Once again, if you spend all this time and money on animating shit, you've animated shit. If you spend time, care, and dedication to just pissing on a specific group or person, then that's all you're doing, and you really need to reevaluate your life.
Or, you know, grow a fucking spine and suck it up. Also, I really don't think you're in any room to talk about people needing to reevaluate their lives for pissing on people, considering that's exactly what you just did. You just pissed on the people who find that kind of humor that satirizes other people funny. Now get off my stage.
At the very least, when I review an episode of Family Guy, don't defend his actions under satire.
Well, fuck you too, scrub.
Why? Well, over the past 2 years that I've been doing this, I've gotten a lot wiser.
Cheers.
Like I said, this is coming from someone who used to be a fan of Mr. Enter's work. I used to think he was good at pointing out the flaws with the things he was criticizing, and that's what I liked about his content. He was good at what he did. After a while, he just started dropping so much in quality, and even in this, he shows how much of a superiority complex he has. That's honestly how I feel he's dropped. He's thought so highly of himself, he feels anyone relating to his examples must think exactly like him, or they're wrong for doing so, even if he knows absolutely nothing about the subject he's covering, such as animation companies, general studies, humor, politics, etc. This video is no different. It also doesn't help that Mr. Enter's video structure has gone so much to shit as of late. His videos either begin with a drawn-out tangent, an anticlimactic ending, or both. Lately, his videos have been the latter. In fact, to add on to your last point, you say don't defend Family Guy under satire, even though it's going to happen regardless if you tell people not to. I can also direct this to all the times you say trolls and cyberbullies are horrible people and they're the same thing, and they shouldn't be defended. It keeps on happening. So just like what you said in your controversial subjects, why give it attention? If you know you're not going to fix shit, then why bother with it? Then, of course, there's how you bash people for thinking differently from you. You'll say something is disgusting, and if someone doesn't think so, then they're sick in the head. I thought we're not supposed to intentionally piss on people, as you claim to say. Yet, here you are pissing on anyone who disagrees with you. And if you're going to say that wasn't satire, that was you honestly just stating your thoughts, then good job, you're worse than the people you're bitching about. I can see what you mean when you say backpedaling can make your satire flimsy, but here's the thing. There's backpedaling, and then there's being a hypocrite, which is what you've been during this entire video. Well, I'll wait to be blocked for having a different opinion from you. Call me the biggest asshole all you want, Enter. I won't deny it. At least one of us can admit to something. Oh, and there, Dammy, I picked on someone with a larger fan base. I hope you're happy now.
Hey, what's up, guys? Back for another commentary. I just recently passed by this video by one of the YouTubers, and I'll admit that he's actually my personal favorite YouTuber. His name is Tuber73. I'm not going to be too offensive on it. It's just that I think this review or rant was kind of overboard. Now, to me personally, I don't hate Tuber93. I never met him personally because he lives, I think, around Britain, I think, and I live in America. But I have been contacting this guy on YouTube, and he does help me out a lot. He helps me out a lot on my videos, like on my the editing software and capture cards and everything. So I really respect him for that. It's just this video just seems a little bit overboard. And Tubers, if you're watching this is no offense.
Oh, please. Everyone knows the only thing Tubers takes offense to is this Fanta Cup experiment.
Hello, and all of you, probably on YouTube. This is going to be the best video ever to exist on YouTube.
Wait a minute. You're doing a commentary on this video? Wasn't this video Tubers made just to troll the Adventure Time fanbase? And isn't this video like 2 years old? Why?
Okay, so before we get started, I think you guys are already expecting what the rant's gonna be. It's gonna be about Adventure Time.
Really? Gee, I never would have guessed that. Thanks for telling me something that was literally told to me 5 seconds ago.
If you guys want to know my opinion on it...
No, I don't. Skipping!
The topic I'm going to talk about is Adventure Time, and it's one of the worst animated shows I have ever seen. You probably...
Yeah, be prepared to hear him say that a lot, because apparently 80% of the population in the commentary community don't know what the word redundant means.
Thinking why I'm gonna bash it? Well, it's very simple. Because, look at the title. It's so cliché.
Just a quick point just to bring this up. Never judge a book by its cover or its title. That's all I gotta say.
Sir, we all eventually judge a book by its cover, whether we criticize it or not. Look at the cover to God of War 2. Now look at this from the perspective of someone who's never played it before. Looks interesting, doesn't it? Guess what? You just judged a book by its cover. Any questions?
Adventure Time. It's time for an adventure. Yay! Yeah, it's time for bringing out shitty, mediocre bullshit that they feature in this cartoon. Basically, it airs on Cartoon Network, and I'm sorry to say, it's one of the worst.
But trust me, I have seen some that are bland, forgettable, and worse. And I mean much worse.
First off, fuck you, regular show for the win. Second of all, this doesn't contribute anything to the video. If Tubers' opinion is that Adventure Time is the worst cartoon he's ever seen, then that's his opinion, and telling him that you've seen worse shows won't change a thing because you're not in control of Tubers' opinion. In fact, he could care less if you've seen worse shows. That's got nothing to do with him.
It's one of the worst animated shows I've ever seen. The drawing is pathetic, and it's awful. Except for the backgrounds, though, but the people just look retarded.
Okay, I'm just gonna admit that I do agree that the animation on the characters do look really, bad. It looks like how a 5-year-old would draw. But honestly, the animation itself kind of made me laugh, and that's what really entertains me about the show.
That's not really proving Tubers wrong, you know.
Appalled by the fact that they spew out random jokes for stupid reasons.
I really hate to say it, but I do kind of agree on that.
You decided to cut away from the video just to agree with him? I'm sorry, you haven't hoarded your opinions enough yet?
Basically, they're sad. I'm sorry. The characters are just sad, pathetic, retarded.
Well, some of them, but not all of them.
And I was wondering, who finds this funny?
Like I said before, I only found the animation pretty funny, but everything else, not really.
90% of the population says so. Sorry, fanboys and white knights and crybaby bitches. Adventure Time is one of the worst animated shows.
I'm sorry, but is this the 5th time you actually said the same thing?
Remember back when...
You're probably thinking...
Then few cutaways later...
But trust me, I have seen some that are bland, forgettable, and worse. And I mean much worse.
Seems like it was just yesterday.
And it's a fact, and it's not an opinion. You fanboys, especially, cry and bitch over people who had different opinions. We hate the show because it sucks so fucking much.
Okay, now this is where the problem starts. Alright, first of all, you said that everything you're saying right here is factual, and it's not an opinion, because it sucks in a factual way. But I've seen many of your videos, and I've seen that you commentate on a lot of trolls.
Tubers commentates on trolls? When the fuck did that happen?
And you've been telling them that everything they're saying is their opinion, but not a fact. But this is something that is in reverse from what you said from your previous commentary.
No, it isn't. Not the way you're putting it. There's a difference between saying your opinion isn't fact and saying my opinion is fact. It's called perspectives. Try putting words into them next time.
It's like you're saying everyone can't really say their opinions are facts except yourself. And I'm sorry to say this, but that is a really serious flaw. It's like you're breaking your own rules from your own videos.
You mean like you when you bring up repetition? For your sake, I hope you don't live in a glass house.
Yes, we have every right to hate on a Cartoon Network show that sucks ass.
Yes, I do know you have the right to criticize on a Cartoon Network show, but you can't base your opinion as facts.
You mean like...
But trust me, I have seen some that are bland, forgettable, and worse. And I mean much worse.
Damn, you're making this too easy.
You fanboys won't even shut your fucking mouths and deal with the fact that we have freedom of speech. And we can bash every single aspect of Adventure Time.
Again, I know you can do that, but again, you can't base your opinion as facts.
Didn't you just get done bitching at tubers for repetition, yet you just repeated your last argument verbatim? What the fuck?
So, let's see here. 26 episodes so far, 2 seasons, and they all suck. Major balls. And all the characters are retarded as well. Like Finn, Jake, Princess Bubblegum, Lady Raincorn, Lumpy Space Princess, Ice King, and Marceline. What the fuck kind of names are those? They're just pathetic, cliche, retarded BS.
Okay, parts of this I do kind of agree on the names, yet I've seen Blossom, Bubbles, and Buttercup, and that's kind of an awkward name for a character.
So, awkward is the same thing as cliche now? Okay, I'll be sure to keep that in mind next time I make another autistic joke.
But for this, I want you to explain it in a more specific detail, instead of nitpicking it.
In other words...
Would you care to elaborate?
It's not funny, it sucks, and you'll just have to deal with it. I'm sorry, you cannot change his opinions. Yes, I have every right to watch it.
White.
And I could bash it at every single one of these pathetic shows that they spew out on Cartoon Network. You've lost, I've won. I am done, thank you very fucking much.
And that's the end of the commentary. Now, tubers, I've watched many of your videos, and I have admitted it already in this video that I do really like them. I do like all your explained and specific details on your commentating on the trolls and fanboys, and I do like a lot of your reviews, and some of your rants were really good. And again, there's some of them that either are causing for attention or they're just getting over the top. And with this video, it's definitely gone way overboard.
And by overboard, you mean expressing his opinion as fact? You mean like...
But trust me, I have seen some that are bland, forgettable, and worse. And I mean much worse. And this kind of really splits out on many of the videos that you've done. Now, like I said, I'm a big fan of your videos, but this one is just really unacceptable!
See? It's possible to use media clips in context. Too bad it takes the likes of me to do it.
Especially to the fans of the show, and I do know that there's a fan base to that. I'm not really a big fan. I'm probably, I guess you can call me a casual fan, which means I just watch the show for a bit, but not all the time. I'm not a big fan of the show either. But bashing it and bashing on the fans of this, it's just really it's just not a good situation on this, especially from the videos that you've done. Alright, so that's about it. Tubers, definitely no offense. I'm still a subscriber of yours, and I hope this didn't really offend you too much.
Oh, well, at least Tuber still has a subscriber. God forbid you walk out on him now.
So that's about it, guys. Until next time, peace.
Well, what's left to say? For someone who claims to know tubers, you really don't know tubers.
What's up, guys? This is Epic Death here, bringing you guys another commentary, and this one is on Alejandro the Assyrian, who made a commentary on Super Optimistic Emo's commentary of Don't Read 7 on Me's.
It's actually pronounced Don't Tread on Me. If you're going to mention the love of my life, then please do it properly.
Commentary on someone who started the BRONY health group. So, yeah, we've got a major commentary section going on.
Wait, so I'm doing a commentary on a commentary on a commentary on a commentary. I got editing software for a reason, people. I'm only focusing on the two main subjects. The rest of the video I'm cutting out unless I need to bring it up.
A fabulous commentary. Most of the time the commentary is going to be the complete opposite of fabulous. It's going to be ridiculous.
And the ignorance has begun. I mean, you're gonna judge his video because you saw the title. What, should he call them, I don't know, maybe crappy commentaries, or these commentaries suck?
Because, you know, adding positive reinforcement to your content's title totally doesn't make you look pretentious. Ain't that right, 20% cooler commentaries? Ugh. I almost vomited saying that.
And that would make them good? No. The name has nothing to do with it. He can call them whatever he wants to.
So you support pompous attitudes towards one's own content? I think we're done here.
You know, you really gotta love an intro where you're just taking another person's video and just putting regular text over it. Seriously, this is like boring and it's really generic because everybody else does it.
Hey, could you please stop making ignorant comments about things that have nothing to do with the quality of the actual commentary itself?
How is that ignorant? He actually had a legitimate argument. Sometimes if an intro's bad, it does hurt the content. Why should I watch a video if the intro that is supposed to be presenting the video is boring and poorly made? Plus, the red text that was in that intro that the guy used made it extremely difficult to read what was there. You're saying we can't call that out? Well, it's great to know you enjoy bad quality. Oh, and people, get ready to hear this guy say the word ignorant over and over again, because that seems to be his favorite word.
And maybe save your arguments, I don't know, maybe for the actual content that the video contains, and not just the intro, which doesn't really mean anything in a video. It's just something that people put there because they like to put it there.
Criticize what's actually in the video's content. You mean like the intro? What the fuck are you, smokehead?
You know there's actually anti-bronies that can bring up legitimate reasons of why they don't like the show?
Oh, yeah, totally not pretentious at all. Also, you want someone to bring up a legitimate reason as to why a person doesn't like My Little Pony? Okay. I don't like the fact that this is another show that forces down our throats that friendship leads to happiness. We have too many shows with that moral, and they barely do anything different to present that moral, and sadly, My Little Pony is one of them. It's a good moral, yes, but it's something we don't need hammered into our brains by several kid shows, along with several preschool teachers. Personally, I watch My Little Pony, but I never care for the moral. I just enjoy the story writing and some of the character development. Am I an anti-brony? No. But am I a super amazing kawaii desu fan Nazi? Fuck no, and I never want to. The Bone series already has me at fan Nazi.
And since you're calling us anti-bronies, can I call you a brony white knight?
You know, I really don't care what you call us because, you know, calling someone an anti-brony doesn't accomplish anything. It's just a term that we use. Calling ourselves bronies doesn't accomplish anything. It's just a term. So go ahead and call us whatever you want because I'm still waiting for you to prove a point.
I can say the exact same thing about your video.
Were you even paying attention to what he just said? He wasn't even using any insults.
You know, it doesn't take someone with a first-grade education to figure out that he had watched the whole video beforehand and that he already knows the insults that this guy is going to use, so he's saying it right now so he can get it out of the way for later.
But here's the problem. Super Optimistic Emo repeats that throughout the entire video. Majority of what he says is, "You're insulting. You shouldn't be insulting." Yeah, apparently someone's never heard of the word redundant.
It's against it.
No, you're a huge faggot when you can't even realize that this guy is joking.
Well, one, if this guy was joking, why did you even do this commentary in the first place? I mean, wouldn't it really be a waste of time doing a commentary on a guy who was just doing it on a troll?
Wait, hold it. Who are you addressing this to? Are you addressing it to Alejandro or Optimistic Emo? If it's Alejandro, dipshit, he's not talking about Sean. He's referring to Optimistic Emo. Kid, get a pair of hearing aids, please. If it's Optimistic Emo, then you're basically agreeing with Alejandro's argument, which makes your argument entirely pointless.
Second of all, even if he is joking, he's still making insults against the a fandom, and people take it offensively. I mean, if I were to go up to someone and say, I don't know, make a 9/11 joke, or, I don't know, a Hitler joke, and they get all mad at me, and I'm saying, oh, I didn't mean to offend you, because I was just joking, my intent is still different, but I'm still making a joke, and I'm still causing some emotional harm to somebody else.
All I got from that was, I'm a moral fag. Bro, here's the thing. There's people out there who know how to take a joke. Not everyone is as sensitive and as dumb as you.
So, next time before you make a comment, could you please do me something? Like, take what he's saying, because Super Optimistic Emo was making a point there, but you just gotta cut away and you just gotta call him a faggot, because you know why? You couldn't think of a logical response to that, okay?
Logic. This coming from the guy who doesn't know who he's addressing comments to.
Wait, so you have to be serious in the commentary now? You're not allowed to make any jokes?
Yeah, you're allowed to make jokes, but he wasn't making a joke. He was just saying, BRONY Health Group. Serious? BRONY Health Group. That's not a joke.
So, hysterical exaggeration isn't a form of comedy? I think John Panette would like to have a word with you.
I mean, he's acting as if he's gonna say or try and prove his point and say what's so bad about it, but he doesn't. He doesn't make a joke, and if he did, it sure as hell wasn't funny.
Why, tell me, good sir, how far is your head shoved up your ass? There seems to be a bloat in your ribcage.
It still doesn't change the fact that health groups altogether are pointless. When you can easily exercise and eat healthy food. Yeah, it may take longer, but it's better than paying money to join a stupid health group.
Do you really think it's that easy to just, you know, hey, I'm overweight, so you know what, I'm just gonna eat healthy, get up and exercise? It is not nearly as easy as you say it is.
Oh god, fucking Sal! You can't get it down my throat! It's a challenge! I'll never meet my target weight! Fucking Sal! If you think making a healthy diet is challenging, then your current situation scares me.
You need motivation, and if you can't motivate yourself, that's what a health group is for.
But here's my problem. If you can't think of a way to motivate yourself to obtaining a better health, then how is it going to be any easier for the instructors to figure out what can motivate you? I'm just saying.
If your body literally can't take the physical impact of it, that's what a health group is for. A health group is for helping people to get back into shape if they can't do it by themselves. I've known plenty of people who are in bad shape and tried to get back into good shape, and they can't do it by themselves, and that's what a health group is for.
I'm skipping the rest of this guy's argument because it reeks of redundancy. I don't need to put up with that shit.
You know, but I'm in shape. Oh, thank God I don't care.
Wait, I thought commentators stopped using Nostalgia Critic clips back in 2011.
Now, before you click that, I want...
So, you support old and unfunny jokes that are milked dry by people who can't make jokes to save their lives? And to think I actually thought you were credible for a second.
And do you have any proof of that, my dear sir?
If it was any other kind of health group, like say a white pride health group, you wouldn't complain a single bit.
And how do you know that he would only hate on the BRONY Health Group because it has to do with My Little Pony?
Because if you were paying attention in the beginning of the video, you would hear him say, "Why am I coming back to you, bronies?" Which would imply, with basic knowledge, that he has done other commentaries and or rants on bronies in the past, which he has, which implies that he doesn't like the show and or the bronies, which is why he is whining about a donation button. I mean,
how does that prove anything? How? A guy can make a bunch of videos on why they dislike Naruto and not like the idea of donating to a Naruto fitness center. How does this show that Sean in any way, shape, or form dislikes this health group just because bronies are involved? Are you really paying attention to the video yourself, or are you just telling people to pay attention just to make yourself look credible? Or, dare I say, 20% cooler? Ugh, can I kill myself, please?
I mean, every single, support group for anything, just about every single one has a donate button. But just because he's making a commentary on this particular health group, you know, he's just got to point out the donate button, because everything with a donate button to him is a scam. If it's something he doesn't like, that is.
Hold on. First you say this is a bias towards bronies, now you make this into an opinionated bias, then into a bias towards donations? What's the matter? Was consistency too good for you?
Oh, it's the end of the video? Yeah! So anyways, this is my
Well, for
final
bronies,
thought
I
on
was
this
expecting some
retarded
lonely
video.
fat man to rub lotion
If
all
you're
over
gonna
a
be
body
brony,
pillow, but
don't
what
defend
do I
yourself.
know?
Don't act like an idiot white knight. Just saying.
So according to your logic, I shouldn't defend myself if someone insults me. It's like, hey, you're a faggot. Oh, okay.
Well, hey, that's what I do. I mean, geez, you have any idea how many conversations I've been with gigs where he just openly goes out, hey, Realm, I think you're gay, and I just go, that's okay.
All right, go ahead. I don't care. Just make fun of me all you want, because, you know, I don't have feelings or anything, right? Because I'm not a human being like everyone else because I watch a TV show.
Really? You're gonna bring up feelings on the internet? Seriously? Do you really think people care about feelings on the internet? You're a faggot if you do, okay? Last time I checked, your feelings are as admirable as cancer.
You know, I mean, it's ridiculous to think something like that, right? But, yeah, everyone, that pretty much concludes this commentary, and as you can tell, this is just another ignorant anti-brony.
And you're a dumbass brony who spent all this video with your head up your ass. What makes you any better?
Brony who just felt the need to try and point out some flaws in Super Optimistic Emo's video, but failed miserably. So, I'll see you guys later.
No, you're out your stupid too. So what do I have to say? This guy's a moral fag and a tool. This guy sounds like Geek with his balls sucked in. This guy gives Discord a bad name. Sean is the love of my life. And Brody Health.